What is going on, man? Yes. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gerald Peters. This is the Peters Report. We go live here every Monday and Friday. We don't do it at a certain time. Just depends on what is going on with the markets. We are traders. My friend and co-host Jess is here.
What's up, GP? How's it going?
I'm doing good. Sometimes people forget we're stock traders. You know?
Yeah.
We got to come on and see the markets. I'm day trading. EB Banks is here. Yes.
What's up, Ethan?
Man, I am long NVIDIA and have been for the last couple. I am up nice now. It is just running. Let me pull this up. Big thanks to our DJ there. Let's see. Man, make her the official MFG DJ. My man.
What's up, TDJ?
My man. Well, yes. With a little
TJ just gave notice at his job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, TDJ.
What? I
He
think
quit his job.
Let's see. I hope it didn't have anything to do with something weird. The
No, he says it. He says it wouldn't have been possible without the MFG.
Man, nice. Let's see. I think that's who I think it is. I get to know people and they have different handles at different places, you know?
He has the same handle on YouTube.
Does he?
And Discord, from what I noticed. Or similar. They both have TDJ.
Right, probably the same person then. Although I have thought they were the same person and it ends up not being the same person. I'm also an influencer and completely narcissistic, self-focused, so I probably wouldn't remember people. No, I'm teasing. I do remember people who constantly are in touch with me. Right now on the 1 minute chart, Jess, what would you say this stage is? What is happening here?
Stage 2.
Yeah, so this is NVIDIA, ticker NVDA, and it's on a stage 2. This is kind of like a runaway.
Yeah.
Runs up. They pulls it each time, and time is relative. I mean, time continuity, meaning it's a fractal process. I love all these little pullbacks here. You see how shallow they are?
Yeah.
I mean, these are not even. I wouldn't even call this pullback. It did it marching in time here. Here we go. That's not even a pullback. And then we're running up. But if you see on that, if you notice, it just keeps tapping near the 70 RSI.
Mm-hmm.
And then it
barely,
works.
yeah.
The best signals come when it drops when it drops underneath the 50 and then goes back over, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what you'd be looking to get back in or add to the trade.
Like you see right here.
Mhm.
Now here it didn't work perfect. I mean, these are just ideas. Pull this up. What you're trying to get here is just understand order flow, man. So this is a hell of a run off NVIDIA. It was down to what? Well, it looks like it because we're on a 1 minute. It's really like a dollar. Isn't that funny? When you look,
Yeah.
so let's see. Any stocks moving that have surprised you? Like you would have thought this would have went up and it hasn't, or this wouldn't have. Maybe this is a Google beat earnings pretty big, man. I would have thought that was going to set a fire under tech, but it seems to have gone the opposite way.
Right. Probably just because of the tariffs. Happy Monday.
So yeah, Hanes brand's interesting. Let's see. So, man's he's leaving his job, retiring.
Yeah. That's what it sounded like.
We have retired quite a few people in the MFG, man. I don't know how to think about that. I mean, I wasn't thinking that. It sounds stupid because I'm teaching people to have investments and, but then to have people start doing it, because I'm teaching get there. I'm not teaching, once you're there.
You're
Right.
right.
And so that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's not another level.
Yeah. I wasn't, you can't teach everything proficiently, It's,
Yeah.
I'm having that problem now with like trying to sell homes and thinking the best way through things. You start getting into more advanced shit,
Yeah, there's so many new different funds and stuff.
This week, 4 of the Mag 7 companies are reporting results. Joining us right now on What to Expect is Ray Wang. He is Constellation Research founder and chairman. And hi, Ray.
Hi,
Ray, you own all 7 of the Mag 7. Are you feeling better about any of them these days?
It's
versus
gotten
the others,
better.
I mean.
As I tell people, we're typically 3 trade deals away from a recovery. But the reason I'm so excited about this is we're basically seeing a doubling of AI intelligence every 7 months. And if we look at Moore's law for 50 years, compute doubled 2 times every 2 years. There's kind of a new law. Let's call it Ray's law. In 2 years, it's 15 times. So at a 7-month doubling rate, in 6 years, AI intelligence capabilities can be doubling 1,000x. Right. And so that's why I'm interested, because a lot of these companies have been investing in AI. And that's why I think there's, in the long run, it's a good market. But right now, it's a little bit scary because we are in a tariff situation and we are in a market reset. And that's why it's been a little bit slow.
Well, Alphabet did say that it is spending a lot. What was the number? 75 billion?
Did you see the enthusiasm?
Yeah.
Man, I want you to do that. Come on, buy more shares. He was so excited, dude. 2x it, 5, 10 times more, 20. That shit is funny. Man,
What's up, Sana?
she's always doing nice things when you're asleep. Like
Really?
if I put out content, she'll fucking share it in Telegram.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody working for me is asleep.
Wow. The hard life.
No, she does do that though. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
I've been having people spam my
I
Telegram.
don't go on Telegram.
I know. I want to make my Telegram group hot, man. I'm thinking I'm just gonna. It's all hot chicks or hot. I mean, I don't know.
I should get back on it then.
I gotta do something. I mean, I like Telegram. A lot of people don't use it though.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys, just for a second. We'll pull this back up. Let's pull back. Get these guys going again.
That they expect to spend this year, and I guess maybe that reinforces some of the ideas that the AI spending is here to stay. But we still have to hear from Meta, from Microsoft. Who am I missing?
We've got Apple, and we also have Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
Yep.
So what do you expect to hear from those biggies?
Yeah, so when we think about what's going on the Meta side, we're going to look at what's happening with the earnings in terms of ads. We're still expecting double-digit growth. It's probably going to be a 40 billion plus quarter. Expect modest gains in their metric is daily active people, family DAP. So DAP's probably going to grow about 3 to 4%. But the ad impressions look like they were good for Q1. But that's not what investors care about. Investors will be looking to see, is the forecast going to be down? What's their CapEx spending on AI? Did they manage to get rid of most of Reality Labs? And then on the Microsoft side, it's a little bit different.
Are you going to be looking for any of those things? I don't know why
they got rid of their labs.
Yeah, they Microsoft, Google, Tesla, they're always trying shit, and so they spend money, and everybody's making fun of them for that. They were Meta went really heavy into what do you call it? Altered reality.
AR.
Yeah, where
augmented reality.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that they've spent like 38 billion and it makes no money.
Wow.
You got to try shit, man.
Yeah, of course.
Most of the shit I do don't make money. If I paid you for that, I mean, you're gonna make the most money for what you'll do for free.
What you do for free pays you the most.
Will pay you the most. Yeah, you're seeing that, right? It's like it's just hard for people to understand. I wanted to share this thing here. Dave Ramsey, you know Dave Ramsey?
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey bluntly warns Americans on 401k and Roth IRA money. As a personal finance writer for The Street, one of my goals is to connect you, the reader, by discussing money matters in engaging, informative ways. One approach I found particularly successful is reporting on compelling personalities. You see what he said there? So it's his job, right, to connect with the reader and discuss money matters in informative ways. So the way he does that is go get other people to do it for him. That is genius. All right, Richard Leonard says hit 9K estimated yearly dividends today.
That's awesome.
Man, congratulations. If you guys don't know, I'll put a link in here. We do have a actually, I'm gonna put this one first. I mean, I don't know why anybody, we have people, I have followers that are doing the second income stream without the letter. It's crazy to me.
Really?
I mean, the one dividend is going to cover it.
That's crazy.
That's a link to our Discord thing here.
Yeah, I've been in 4 years. 4 years now.
Yeah, I was going to say you're in Discord, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been in what, 4 years? So I've been running the Discord over 5 years now.
Yeah, I just paid for 3 more years last night.
What?
So now I'm just kidding.
You did not, did you?
Yeah, I signed up for another 3 years.
Man, I started the Discord out of frustration. I had been in several trading groups and I just wasn't happy,
Yeah.
It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. And then one good one I had, it closed down.
Oh no.
That's a nice picture. Look how wise I look.
Yeah. Wow.
And I got some nice feedback today. I was going to share them with you and make you happy.
From the pictures?
No, just from
the posts?
Yeah, people commenting on how the posts have helped them, Substacks have helped them.
Yeah, you gotta send me that.
Yeah, things like that are cool, and of course we use them in the thing. Let's get back to NVIDIA.
What's up, Lena?
We're printing money here.
Let's go. Oh, Gavin just got in the Discord.
Yeah, that's cool, huh? It's more of my new favorite people. Hey, Lena, we put the link to the Discord right up there. You can join us. We're having a special taking in people. I promise I'm gonna try for an entire month just to be nice and supportive and not get mad or call people names.
Oh my God.
What do you think? Is this? I'd be good for me, right?
Yeah. Good practice.
What's up, Lisa?
What's up, Lisa?
Man, I've partied with her in New York.
How was that?
I grew up, man. She can drink. Don't tell anyone I told you that. No, she went to bed early.
You didn't go to bed early?
Me? I was the last one standing, man. Skylar tapped out at the end. I was like, "Where you going, son?" Hey, bro, where you going? Didn't you go to? Don't you work out and shit? Where you going? No, that's funny. I do love this Lucky 71 capital she uses.
Yeah.
Now, Deanne told me that I shouldn't.
What's up?
It shouldn't be
What's
a
up,
good.
Tim?
It's not a good thing for people to think that I drink a lot. It's not a good image. It is if you're fucking Jesse James. Depends on what you're doing, right?
Right.
We're in the video here. I'm up. Looks like I'm now up $198. So I was down 86. So that's not a bad run. And I'm only trading like $15,000 trades here. So, and it is running, dude.
Yeah, I don't even have that much margin for day trading anymore.
Right. Well, you're not really a day trader per se. You just spent time learning it. It made you a better
Yeah.
trader.
Yeah, I used to have way more margin though for day trading compared to what I have right now. I used to have like 40 grand in day trading margin. Now I have like 10.
Yeah, but that's still enough to lose. I mean, a lot of money day
Oh
trading.
yeah, of course.
If you guys can see this, we have a stage 2 here on Delta Airlines, trains, planes, and automobiles. Whenever I'm doing my homework, I try to think of that phrase, trains, planes, and automobiles. Did you happen to know, are you in Delta Airlines?
Yeah.
This is my, if you have Morningstar up, I'm assuming you do.
Yeah, I do.
Can you give us the true value on that? I'm going to say it's around $48.
Let's take a look. Fair values of $36.
36?
Yes. It
On
is
Delta.
fairly valued. Yes.
Wow. So, I mean, to buy it
We're-
here, you're
we
saying
just-
that
it's
what's that?
fairly valued still. I just
Right.
assumed the stock traded at a premium since it was Delta.
But have airlines traditionally traded at a premium, or these are growth industries with amazing profits? No. So that's the confusing thing that confuses me. And if we're going into recession, you know,
I don't think we're going to a recession.
I don't either, but everybody else thinks that.
Like yeah, people are still renting or still flying and stuff.
Well, in
Like,
Miami, I'm sure that's fucking Sodom and Gomorrah between Miami and New Orleans. Air popping too. What's up, Scott? Appreciate you, man. MFG.
yeah, air is undervalued.
All right, let's look at air. So this is my concern with Delta. I have it on our thing. I own a position. I'm considering. It seems ridiculous to trim here, doesn't it?
Right.
I mean,
It's not. It's fairly valued.
right. Another one while we're on the trains, planes, and automobiles. CSX. This is a train company. You don't own any trains, do you, guys?
No, not yet.
This is your chance. You know.
Right.
One thing I was going to tell you.
Fair value $33 for CSX.
Did you see that doji on Delta?
Yeah.
Right at the bottom. And that's a turnaround doji where it puts in that long leg, turns right around, and comes all the way back.
Yeah, it was one of the trade of the week runner-ups a couple weeks back.
What, Delta?
Yeah.
Yeah. My time gets weird here in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that's kind of spilled over into like I'll be thinking, yeah, it was. When was that? I get hard to think of because I'm always looking at stocks all the time. It's like Groundhog Day, looking at stocks. You too, right? Looking at stocks, writing about stocks, looking at stocks, and I'm just like I know that.
Yeah.
I don't remember when the fuck we did what. Uh,
Yeah, it
then
was recently within the last month, I would say.
and now let's see. I like the trains here. If you don't own trains, and this is how I would be looking. When you get sell-offs like this, you're not going to be able to buy everything and just go hard on everything in your portfolio. The media is making a run again here. See what we got forming here?
Stage 3.
Right. But it's going to turn into a 1 possibly, right?
Right. I was gonna say our possible 1.
That's what I'm hoping for. So I've started a position. Let's see. We shall see. Delta is a value play here. Forward earnings of, wow. Do you see forward earnings on the Morningstar there?
For Delta?
Yeah. Does it show forward earnings? Should be like on the main, where it shows market cap and all that.
Forward earnings. It says price earnings normalized 6.75.
Okay. Not bad. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Price per earnings 6.75.
Wow.
And then someone else said air.
Who was
Yeah,
that?
air's breaking out.
Hey, Oliver, appreciate that. Because that is important. If forward earnings are projected to possibly be higher, then the multiple of the stock expands. You know what I mean? And so then investors go, oh, price can go higher, and they're willing to pay more money. That's why you'll see after earnings, you'll be like, damn, they did it. Why is it fucking dropping? And it'll be because their forward guidance is less. Or
Okay.
they killed it this month or this quarter, next quarter that may be soft, and everybody says, well, fuck, I'm out then. As far as
Okay.
traders, yeah, and that's why. But then sometimes, let's say the stock has done terrible, and then they report terrible earnings, and then you see the stock take off, and they think that the worst is behind us, and we're going to do better going forward. That kind of shit. So that can move stocks around, and that could confuse people at first. This is why in the money flow we try to combine fundamental analysis with technical analysis, which is chart reading. My dad says it's tarot card reading. Oh no, you're good, Oliver. He said, man, it's nice to have people say something intelligent.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, now I was going to show you. Oh, let's finish this guy.
We're looking to see how Azure is doing, and instead of growing in the 30% numbers, you're going to see a drop down to 17 to 18%, as we saw with all the other large hyperscalers. The growth rates aren't in the 20s and 30%, so it's down to 17 to 18%. And of course, you're still going to see a pretty good quarter growth that people are looking at about $69 billion in terms for the quarter. And then Apple, of course, everyone's looking to see what the impact of tariffs were. Was there a spike as everybody rushed to buy iPhones before the tariffs were kicking in? Or
Apple should open a factory here in New Orleans or in Arkansas. New Orleans is one of the poorest states in America.
Yeah, I mean Louisiana is.
Right. That's how I'm rich, because I live in the poorest state. And then that gives me a leg up, man. That is kind of true, though. I didn't really think about that, but in my little town in Texas, I own my houses, and they're not that expensive, But when you own, 17 properties, that's a lot, Let's see. all of a sudden, I'm kind of my area, the average. Let's
Did you
see,
guys take that picture?
not this one. No, this was when I did the website. Hold on. Somebody here?
Yeah.
Not this one. That we wouldn't even rent that kind of house. The guy that
That's
did
not
it.
even your house?
This is how long ago this was done. Someone did this for me.
Okay.
I need to go back and fix this. That's the house I sold to get the beach house.
Right. That was the tiny house?
No, this big one here.
Okay.
This was like 1,800 square feet. I bought that house. That was my third house I ever bought, and it took 18 months to fix it.
Wow.
Now, how many people, honestly, are going to be happy that for 18 months, almost every day after work and every weekend, me and Dean went to this house and we worked on it, and we worked on it, and we worked on it, and it cost like 50-something thousand, and I made that money to pay cash, over the 18 months.
That's crazy.
Right. So I mean, but we only paid 42 for the house, So then when we're done, it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, big yard. It's nice. And we rent it but remember, I cash flowed to 53. So my mortgage, I put 20% down on 42. So my mortgage was like on 32,000. So my mortgage payment was like 200 a month.
That's crazy.
And then I got taxes, insurance. So then I rent it for 1,300, right? And it was rents for 18 years. So I'm making almost 1,000. Not 1,000. Probably more like I'm making a solid $700 to $800 a month for 17 years. Like they pay the mortgage off, and then the money's still coming, right? So when I flip that to sell it, I get 200 and whatever. So okay, so let's calculate that. How much did I actually make to work those 18 months? It was just delayed in getting paid, right?
Yeah.
So because I worked those 18 months, I paid cash for a beach house. So I don't know how you fit that into the ROI and all that shit people talk
Yeah.
about. That's called compounding. And these are all the same. These are just houses. You've seen a lot of these.
Yeah.
You remember this one? You helped paint that one.
Oh yeah, the blue one, yeah.
Yeah. You were a terrible painter.
No, I wasn't.
You thought you were good?
No, you told me I was good.
I know. I was probably being nice. I'm going to be honest. No, you didn't do bad for your first time. It actually is a little bit to it,
Yeah.
I haven't done 18 months, but I've done over a year. It sucks, but it's worth it. Yeah, you can have a house from hell, dude. And people, well, you can just call. Oh, you only got so much money. And I've got 2 other houses, a baby, and I got a business I'm trying to do, and I'm a part-time prison guard, man. So I mean, it's like fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's called risk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, risk. We're still going 108.50. We're up $2 from the bottom. But Gerald, I want to go on a trip. MFG. You gotta get an MFG thing behind this girl. Do a favor. I wish Tina did this.
Yeah, Lena could do this for us.
Yeah, I really don't know what she's saying, do you?
No.
That's my favorite kind of talk. I'm not even gonna keep going. I'm gonna get in trouble. He said we call him poor. Everybody wants that song, man. We got to We got to change up. We'll go crazy. I like the CSX trains. It's a B&B trade right now. There's a lot of good B&B trades, huh?
Yeah.
I think Amgen's a no-brainer. Look at this setup, dude.
Yeah, Amgen's no brainer.
Dude, this is. It actually makes me want to. It actually is painful. It's so obvious. Look at this right here. Oh. The goddamn doji right there at the bottom, dude. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, look at right here.
Doji.
Doji, right at the goddamn bottom. So, boom. So that box has a doji. So our target is going to be, if you're swing trading this, like in the 325 range. You hold Amgen in your buy and hold?
Yeah.
Do you have, what does Morningstar give on Amgen?
$333.
Let's see. I'm going to put this in. Hey, I'm going to put this in our chart pack. If you don't have our chart pack, if you go to stockcharts.com and click the community thing, they'll hook you up. Or public charts, it's called, right?
Yeah.
Man, this chart, dude, I think this is a no-brainer. I mean, the B&B trade alone, what is that? $19 move.
20, yeah, 20, almost $20.
Right. That's 10%. You know, you might look into options on this one. If you're I really prefer, when I do options, I prefer it to be a stock in that $30 to $50 range. When you get up into the more expensive stocks like you like, the options cost a lot of money.
The Amgen's kind of expensive.
Right. So, but pharmaceuticals themselves, we had two sectors still holding as a stage one, right?
Right. Oil and healthcare.
Man. Now, when was it Sunday we talked, and you told me that. Nobody else told me that. You know, I talked to a lot of people, but nobody told me that.
No one told you?
No one told me that. You think that means they're not doing their homework?
Probably not as diligent as us.
Right.
Maybe they didn't notice.
Takes time, right?
Yeah, maybe they did notice. He just didn't tell you.
Right, because they're so fucking busy. Let's see. There's my stuff. Look at this XLV, man. So the 3X to this is what? Cheer?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to apologize for my slight snarkiness there. So I'm trying to be good all month and just say nice things. So if I get mad, I'm just going to go, huh? And apparently that includes you too. I'm supposed to be nice to you the whole time.
Yeah. Wow. The XLE broke out too. The XLV and the XLE.
All right. So the 3X of the XLV would be what?
Here.
Here. So guys, the 3X leverage fund, the regular fund is the XLV. Okay. It's the healthcare fund. If you 3X, I would highly encourage you to watch the regular chart, because sometimes people are like, oh, it's below the 200. You go look, and the actual one's sitting on the 200. You know?
Right.
So yeah.
That's why you gotta look.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, you know, I have my Sky Dweller fund. I'll tell you what, that was fun during this crash. It's 3X. Everything's 3X. The Bitcoin, the bonds, the stocks.
Yeah. Did you add to TMF on Friday or today by any chance?
I have a very large position. I've stopped adding because I anticipate them going up. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, TMF's on the breakout.
I thought about buying it in my margin account as they give me margin, but remember before it went against us.
Yeah, I added to TLT in my margin account.
All right. I like the Amgen here. I like the Cure. So that whole sector is set up, and you could right now is the breakout, right?
Yeah.
So XLE. Oh man, look at this, dude. Wow. We are witnessing the birth of a baby.
Oil U2, stage 1.
Let's see where I'm at. Was that 1,100,000? I think
Mm-hmm.
for what I have in this month. Now it's at $989,201.40. Thanks, Mr. President. I hope it's going great. It actually is working out for us, though. So Lilly got a double downgrade.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know this Oliver person?
Oh, no. I'm looking up Lilly. Yeah, the competitor for Lilly, Novo Nordisk, is really cheap compared to Lilly. Says Lilly's fair value, according to Morningstar, April 7th, according to Karen. Fair value of Lilly is $650 and it's currently trading at a 36% premium.
Yeah.
There's also the stock Hims, like that Hims in her healthcare, that stock's breaking out.
They sell underwear?
No, they sell Hims and hers, they sell like medications
Right.
and like Viagra and then those
You know
the injections
the market cap on that company?
on Hims.
Yeah.
Says the mid cap.
Huh.
82.2. Oh, market cap 6.31 billion. But it says mid cap. It's in the S&P 600.
Back to this guy who talks to financial advisors. He's talked to Dave Ramsey, who's the author, host, and podcaster, dives in the subject regarding retirement, Medicaid, Social Security, 401ks, IRAs. In his book, Dave Ramsey's Complete Guide to Money, Ramsey has a lot to say about the 401k and IRAs, which are the subjects. Jesus fuck, dude, get to it. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Even though I teach on this topic, it's one of those things I almost dread talking about. I'm back in NVIDIA, by the way. I'm day trading NVIDIA today.
You're back in.
I'm back in on NVIDIA. So we have a breakout going at $108.39. I am amazing. I can run a YouTube channel, talk to you, teach a class, and fucking day trade at the exact same time. And read.
Wow.
That is
So
a lot.
talented.
So talented. 10 foot tall and bulletproof. I actually have a book out on that. I wanted to share this with you, and we'll get back to Dave Ramsey.
YieldMax appropriately, you need to reinvest 100%.
Hold on.
What's going on, everyone?
Yeah.
Did Jay Pesci
Yeah.
he mislead investors? is he to blame for you
I'm
losing
doing
money
the
in
Robinson.
YieldMax if you are? And if you're having issues with YieldMax, did Jay deceive
I
you?
know a better
Let's
way.
get into it. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right, baby. You know, I get comments on my videos every now and again how people are upset with JP, saying that, you know, he needs to be sued or
Yeah.
contact the SEC or whatever, right? And so it made me think about, has he really misled investors? Let's start with a couple key points
He's talking about YieldMax here.
I know.
that he has
Okay.
brought up,
Yeah, Jay Petrocelli.
YouTubers
Making
Jay.
sure everybody knew that.
past, and even on his own podcast, The Broken Pie Chart, which I used to listen to rather frequently. But start here. Did he build YieldMax into something it's not? I don't know about that. He has stated on several occasions that in order to work YieldMax appropriately, you need to reinvest 100% of your distributions,
100%.
your dividends, whatever, back into the fund to keep the dividends.
Isn't that what we do, Jeff?
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily put it back into the same one when they pay it out.
Right. So I get confused when he's saying reinvest. I'm assuming he means the fund that paid.
Right, but he doesn't know the money flow. So I'm using his products inside of our strategy. So,
Right. So
yeah, we don't need to add it to that.
you don't need to. You're just buying on stage ones.
Right, and we're playing a balance game, dividend collection game, and allocate it where it looks the smartest at that time.
Yeah.
It's called the second income stream. I know a better way, Gerald.
Somewhat stable, right? Because they decline over time. So to compensate for that share price decline and dividend decline, he has stated that you need to reinvest 100% back in. That comment alone should have let you know, myself
In
included,
the video.
that that's not a retirement fund, right? It's its own niche inside of all investors.
But I want to retire tomorrow, Gerald. Look at that pop.
So don't put YieldMax in your IRA.
Yeah, unless you plan to add to. I mean, I don't.
Unless you keep reinvesting the dividend. But why
Right.
wouldn't you at the same time? If you're just getting started.
And we're living on. We're doing margin, right?
Yeah.
Where we own YieldMax, we're using margin. We're using, we're pulling out money on margin. And the ultimate goal isn't to do what Jay's saying. The ultimate goal is to get all the money into tier ones and then retire. Not retire. How about just go make money? I don't even know what that word means, retire.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of people that have retired from inside of, I'm still trying to figure out what it is. I don't necessarily know. I'm not retired,
Yeah. Well, you don't have a job.
Right. I don't even like jobs. So this construct, these words people use aren't something that I do.
But if you did have a job, at some point you would retire from the job. So that's what he was saying, that he was able to retire from his job now.
Right. I wouldn't talk about people. I know what they're saying. I'm talking about for normal people. Because if you're inside MFG, you're going to manage your money,
Yeah.
You're going to know how to do that. I'm just about average people out there when they leave. That's why they get so fucking nervous. They don't know what to do. So this guy's trying to say that Jay, may be bullshit.
I don't think he was saying that. I think he was just giving an objective point of view.
Yeah. No, I agree. But I'm just saying he's trying to answer that question.
Okay.
That
clearly shows that he pointed out by having to reinvest your dividends 100% that the dividends are going to go down over time. Why else would he have said that? He clearly has stated that on several occasions. Okay. That means when you have to reinvest the dividends 100% over time to compensate for that, he has said that religiously that you need to put in 100% of the dividends. Okay.
How
That
much?
shows right
100.
Yeah.
that is not a livable investment for retirement, right? Building your account, cash flow, that's a whole different ballgame. I'm talking about retirement here. Okay. And you can't live off, I can't. Maybe you can. I can't live off putting 100% of the dividends back into a YieldMax fund. How would I live? All the money goes right into it. It doesn't make sense. That shows that it was never meant to be a retirement position. Okay, let's talk about some other things he talks about. It's all about the yield. People have complained about the lack of share price appreciation since they have come out. How often, especially the more volatile ones like Tesla or Misty or some of the others, how they get capped so aggressively. He has stated on several occasions the name of the company is Yield Max, maximum yield, right? He doesn't.
Maximum yield. YieldMax.
Yeah, that's why that's why they called it yield max, because he talks about getting you the maximum yield.
Right. YieldMax.
Yeah.
So we got NVIDIA running here. Let me pull up the daily real quick. This healthcare looks great, man. So does the XLE, right?
Yeah.
So on XLE you could two exit with Gush,
Yeah, gosh, it looks good.
and the one I like, Oil
Oil
U.
U.
This is at 3x.
Yeah, that's with the ETN.
I'm in this. So I bought a little chunk down here at $18. Hopefully we get a nice run. Yeah. Yeah, nice little setup going on here. Let me see. Let's look at NVIDIA here. What do you like better, healthcare or oil?
I don't know. I don't know. Um, they both look good.
They both do look good.
But XLE's breaking out, but not oil. The contract's not. The contract is below the 5 and the 20 on the contracts, or not the contract, but the United States Oil Fund, USO.
Right.
It's not breaking out.
Let's see. President Trump says, Trump, I run the country and the world.
Oh my God.
And the
Yeah.
fucking world. President Trump shared his thoughts on how his 2 terms as president have differed, saying in a new interview with The Atlantic that this time around, he's leading the country and the world. First time
Jesus Christ. He's unstoppable.
like a superhero. First time I had 2 things to do, run the country and survive. I had all these crooked guys, Trump said. Second
I
time
think I think I'd go with oil for which ones I liked better.
he had to choose.
Yeah.
I'm back in. I mean, I put all my chips back on NVIDIA. We're day trading NVIDIA here. It's at 108.69. I'm in a full position. Looking forward to close the top of the day here. Looks like we're doing that. Let's see. Dave Ramsey's dumb. Let's see.
Yeah. I added to Starbucks and bonds.
Because 4 of the Mag 7, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, and Apple report this week. And Alphabet's solid results last Thursday, it's reassuring to some investors that these big bets on AI are paying off. But for the year, all Mag 7 names are still down. And tariffs, trade tensions, and recession fears, of course, loom large. Here to discuss what he's watching as earnings roll in, Dan Ives is Global Head of Tech Research at Wedbush. It's good to see you.
Great to be here.
So where do we focus our attention now with Alphabet? Kind of, what is the message or signal there?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that when it comes to advertising, I think we're going to see a rebound. That's something that I think we're going to see when it comes to Meta. And overall, it speaks, I think, a theme for the week when it comes to, advertising, cloud, and AI. I mean, really, the key focus is, what does spending look like? Is CapEx holding up? We believe it is. I mean, I think big tech this week is going to be more of a confidence booster rather than putting gas.
Confidence booster.
Confidence booster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, aren't like a lot of them tech, software?
Yeah.
Like, how are there tariffs on software?
On this question here, bro, you can pull out when you're ready. When your account's big enough, pull it out. We're talking about growing it. People are overly concerned with pulling money out, and they don't know how to fucking trade. You got to learn how to move
Have
the
we
money.
ever talked about pulling money out?
Yeah, everybody's talking about pulling money out, and they can't manage the fucking portfolio. Like, your goal right now is to learn how to manage it, pay close attention to these ups and downs, figure out how much margin you're going to need for you and the way you do things.
Right.
I mean, swing trades within mine. Today, I'm day trading NVIDIA inside of my second income stream. I am up $211.
Wow.
Okay, so that's just going to go in there. I may go pull it out of the ATM machine. Fuck it.
Are you gonna celebrate that you made $200?
Yeah.
That's great.
So, yes, sir, at some point you would. The idea is to create a well that pays you money, like a business. But you have to put money back into it. So I've been trying to use the subway analogy so people would understand it. If you own a rental property and the roof needs fixed, we just hit 3:00.
Yeah, it's closed.
Yeah, I had open position there. Guess who pays for the roof?
The dividends? You?
You. And if you got some dividends to help, great. Get what I'm saying? So maybe
Yeah.
you use some of your dividends from your second income stream account, plus some shit at work, and now you pay for your roof. And then next month you're back to adding money in your thing. I mean, I would look at it like that. It's going to forever supplement my income. I wouldn't. I think it's just a little bit of a. At first, I thought it was some laziness, but I don't even think it's that. It's most people hate their job, right?
Yeah.
So what we want to do, what I was telling a guy the other day, I wouldn't look at it as pulling money out every month because that's not a real thing. In real estate, you have to repair shit. Like running a subway business, you have to put money back in. You're going to have to paint it. You're going to have to fix shit. So this idea that you're going to own something, never have to put money back into it.
It sounds like they don't even own their own house yet then.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I would put all the money in because I'm trying to grow it. And then when you're where you want to be, if you need money, use it. I mean, I connected all my Instacart, my fucking DoorDash, Uber Eats, all
Really?
my Uber. Yeah, all that shit's connected. My dividends pay for all that shit. I don't pay for it. I eat what the fuck I
Wow.
want to eat and go where I want to go because I want to.
So every time you order Uber Eats, it's coming out of the dividends?
Right. And soon I'm going to live completely out of my account. I'm going to run everything. Like when I make sales, they'll go to that account. When rents come in, they'll be deposited into my SIS account.
Damn.
All money will run through there. And that checking account will pay me $20,000, $30,000 a month on top of me doing other things to make money. I'm a male
Yeah.
stripper. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You
I
day
mean, whatever.
trade during the day and at night it's male stripping.
Right. And here's the thing. I don't want to rely on day trading. I definitely don't want to rely on rental properties. And, because we have floods, fires, natural disasters. I don't want to rely on the SIS. I want the SIS to be able to pay for all my basics and have some left to keep reinvesting to grow it, right?
Yeah, of course.
That way your my basics now, what I need to survive, are way larger than when I was like your age.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You don't have valet parking.
No.
Now people tell me I don't need it. Fuck off.
Well, doesn't everyone in the quarter kind of need valet parking
Yeah, but
if you
almost
don't have a parking spot?
very few people do it. I mean, well, the ones that own here, are the ones that do it. But the workers, they don't have that. They don't get valet parking. They got to go to fucking work and get me a beer. That's the crazy part about it. You think those would be the people that?
Yeah.
Think about this. If I show them I met this young dude yesterday. Cool guy. He's trying to start a record label. He's a rapper. Kind of doing it in the wrong order. I think you should be a famous rapper first and then start a record label. I think you're kind of doing it backwards, but whatever. Let's say he had 100 grand. You put it in the SIS, right?
Right.
I mean, you can make 6,000 and still put his shit ton back in.
Yeah, of course.
Well, his eyes light up. He probably only makes 3. So all he's got to do is move his money from his savings,
Yeah.
to a margin E-Trade account. He no longer even needs that job, man. Now he's a full-time rapper managing his record label, right? But you can't spend that money on that. You got to, you got to figure out how to make that shit over there work without withdrawing the money from E-Trade, That's how I assist, man. It's there to help you do what it is you really want to do in life. And nobody really wants to sit at the beach and fucking go to lakes. That's fucking retarded. That's losers. Nobody wants to go, hey, I just want to self-indulge and lay on the fucking beach and do nothing and collect sun.
Maybe.
But that person will never get that.
Right.
That's the way life is.
That's the thing.
Yeah, like the person who can afford to do that doesn't want to. Rarely. Yeah, but you'll be miserable. Life is about giving to people, helping and doing things. It's not about fucking doing nothing, I think.
Yeah, it's not.
Fears. I think that's the important thing we're going to see from big tech. I think Alphabet was just sort of a little preview of what we're going to see this week.
We spoke to an investor last hour who said he's still cautious on big tech and basically still thinks that, there's a soft patch coming in the economy and that he's kind of hiding out in some of the insurance names and a little bit more of those steady Eddie spaces. So what would your response to that?
I mean, I would.
My response would that be? Who do you know like that? What's his name? She's just making that up. Well, man, any stocks you want to cover? I'm getting out of my NVIDIA trade right now. And
I mean, we pretty much covered all the good ones. Like Amgen. AG&C's past 5 point.
Right. I was going to tell him, if you're not in Discord with us, we got a thing out there. If you want to get in with this, I put it in the show notes, I think. Or it's down in the anyway. If you want to jump in on that, we'd like to have you in Discord. Healthcare and oil are the laggards, right?
Right.
So if you're looking to trade or make up some alpha, that may be. Alpha is a term they use for anything over what the market made.
Okay.
So if the market made 1% and you made 2%, you have 1% alpha. Like alpha trader, you're trying to beat the market.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Let's see. Man, damn, boy, that's 3 days in a row day trading since I've been back to day trading. I'm green.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I couldn't trade for a bit because my margin got so low.
Oh, okay. That's why you weren't day trading.
Lucidum, deeper stigios, lucidum, in our past debellum, 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 lucidum.
What language is that?
German, maybe?
Where am I at here? Hold on just a second. So Trump's in charge of the world. We talked about that. Apple, Uber. That's what I was looking for. Hold on. I mean, you see Uber, right? Past the buy point, right?
Right.
Because the buy point is when price breaks out above the green line. So once that happens, up into here, man, this is no-go land for us. Because
Yeah.
the reward to where the logical stop place is much lower. So if you're buying up in here, man, you're taking a big chance, at least the way we do stops. Huh?
Yeah, it's just too late.
It's too late. You want to be on it. You want to be on it. I hope blessings are poured out on you and Jess. Oh, that's nice.
Thank you, Richard.
Let's see. Man. So yeah, Apple's gone. I have some leverage. I'm going to go through leverage ones I have real quick. I'm in a leveraged Bitcoin trade. And it looks like Bitcoin went positive for the day.
Yeah. It's the RSI is ticking up too.
Right. And then I have
It's above the 5.
oil. Do USO here. And that was down today. And silver. I'm in the AGQ. And that was
And
up.
you have contracts, right?
Yeah, those are all contracts. They're inside of Coinbase.
Right.
So I think I may do a short video tonight showing how to do that. I may just post it in Discord. I don't know.
Yeah, you should.
Right. Yeah, guys, if you're not on our Substack, get on our Substack. If you look for a place to trade, come trade with us. And we try to keep an eye on everything. If you go check out our homework we posted, go to the back, the Peters report, go to page 35, I think. And if you look on 35, you'll see my homework and, what we think of how things are going. That homework is there to help you try to figure out how to, get through these markets. I'm going to take us out with the old faithful here. Bam, bam.
Do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor.
You're welcome.
People that use fiat currency, we call them poor.